or what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Carolina Panther fans. NFL Player Association is filing a grievance against the NFL and the Carolina Panthers for the hardness of the artificial turf at the Bank of America Stadium in a December 24th game between the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions, a league sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter on Sunday. NFLPA complained before the game about the field conditions in the coldest game in the Carolina Panthers history, which, by the way, it was 20 degrees. I do remember that. Yes, it was frigid cold. Well, not frigid cold, but it was cold. NFLPA wanted a delay before the game to address the issue, and the delay during the game after it started at the schedule at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The source said the conditions improved as the game went on. By halftime, it normalized, the source said, and you can read the rest of it. I'm not going to bore y'all to death. Listen, I said what I said in my other videos where I put the Detroit Lions on blast for crying about the field, even though it's a field turf. I'm going to get to that part momentarily. Last time I checked, the Carolina Panthers were playing on the same field as you were, Detroit Lions. You guys, the team, gave up 320 yards on the ground on Christmas Eve game, okay? You gave up 570 total yards. We're about 30 yards away from giving up 600, so you have no room to talk at all. Now, as far as the artificial turf or field turf, whatever it is, listen, I would rather for all 32 teams, all 32 stadiums in the National Football League just roll with the natural grass and keep it moving. Memo to the NFL owners, you make money off the players, you can find a way to put some grass on the field. Just do it. I don't care. Find a way, get it done, stop crying, stop complaining, just do it. Listen to your players. And I know people say, hey, SA-17, they made a survey saying that players get hurt on the natural grass the same way as the field turf. I'm not so sure about all that, but whatever. So I'm done with that topic. Now, as far as today's game between the Carolina Panthers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, unfortunately, Carolina Panthers are 6-10, 1-6. On the road, they lost today 30-20, the final score. You want to know why they lost that game? Do you want to know why? Let me tell you why. In the team stats, they lost in a total yards battle, time possession battle, first downs battle, and the last but not least, turnovers battle. Anytime you turn the ball over 3 times while the other team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, your division rival, mind you, only turn the ball over 1 time, that's not going to get it done, especially when you have Sam Darnold at the quarterback position. So, plus the Carolina Panthers, the running game wasn't affected, okay? You only had, 74 rushing yards versus Tampa Bay's 76? Yay. And let's not forget the fact that the defense didn't bother to show up in the second half, which that hurt the Carolina Panthers' chances of trying to win the game and possibly win at least one more to get into the playoffs. But, long story short, it had that 2021 season vibe where the team gets off to a good start in the first half. In the second half, they completely disappeared, and it showed up not once. I mean, it was more than once this year. It just so happens that they picked the wrong time to do that. But, yeah. So now we can put all this talk about the playoffs for the Carolina Panthers to bed and put all this talk about Steve Wilkes as a head coach to bed, because it ain't going to – well, the only way that's going to happen now is if, David Tepper changes mind, say, hey, let's just roll with him and see what happens. I know there are people out there saying, hey, we need an offensive-minded coach at the head coaching position, but I would caution you for this reason. Have you seen the Denver Broncos? They rolled with the offensive-minded coach, let alone Nathaniel Hackett was a former offensive coordinator turned head coach. And how did that turn out so far? 4-11, he got fired after a disaster game on the road against the LA Rams, 51-14 to be exact. So, yeah. So if I'm a Panthers fan, I would think very hard. Do you want to roll with that idea, or do you want to stick with Steve Wilkes, a defensive-minded coach? Whoa, Steve Wilkes, he has that Ron Rivera mentality. But if you had a defensive-minded coach for Carolina Panthers throughout its history, they've been to the Super Bowl twice, one with John Fox and the other Ron Rivera. So that's something you have to think about. Now, as far as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, hey, you won the game. The fans, you should be great. You should be feeling good. You should be feeling great. You should be excited. So, yeah. The second half was the difference. I mean, Mike Evans went beast mode on the Carolina Panthers defense, especially the secondary, and we saw what happened. And Tom Brady did Tom Brady things. So I can't believe people out there was doubting this dude. And I'm like, okay, he's going to come back to bite you, and this is what happened. So, yeah, the Carolina Panthers have one more game left, and it's on the road for the season finale for 2022's regular season against the New Orleans Saints. Who I think is going to win, I have no clue. Carolina Panthers are 1-6 on the road. You can probably take a guess of, you can think, well, Panthers going to lose. For me, I don't know. Who knows? They may surprise me, but we'll see what happens. And with that in mind, throwing y'all a salute, I'm out. What's your thoughts on today's game, next week's game, and the little news that I talked about NFLPA filing a grievance against the NFL and the Carolina Panthers? And happy 2023. Always forever. Keep pounding.